when Matthew McGough and his daughter Shannon get lost in the Australian Outback. Their camping trip descends into a living hell.
Shannon, get out! Run now!
It was the worst moment of my life.
Matthew faces a desperate battle to save his daughter.
It was just like, it's hopeless. We weren't going to make it.
In one of the most hostile places on Earth.
We played together, laughed together, cried together, and now we're going to die together.
Morning brings with it fresh hope. The cold of the night has hardened the ground enough for Matthew to free the 4x4.
We did it, sweetheart. Well done. Well done. That's it.
Another punch-up. I was cranky. Man, was I cranky. Got no more spares. And, yeah, we was in trouble. Big time.
Matthew knows that driving with only one flat tire at the rear will put massive strain on the car's axle. So he does what he has to keep it moving. He lets down one of his inflated, good tires. He also tries to hide from Shannon the seriousness of their predicament.
You all right, Dad?
Be home soon, sweetheart. Home soon.
So I ended up having 2 tight tyres on the front and 2 flat tyres on the back.
Okay. We're off. Jump in.
They crawl along at only 5 miles an hour. But running the car on 2 flat tires in this scorching heat is putting enormous strain on the engine.
We're in 4-wheel drive, which brings up the revs of the engine a little bit. And because I was concentrating on what I was doing, I wasn't watching the temperature of the radiator, and it boiled.
Matthew now faces a huge dilemma. Their car is their only means of escape, but will go no further without water.
We had to put some water in the radiator, otherwise I would have cooked the motor.
But he has only 20 litres left. And in the raging heat of the outback, water is the key to survival. It's a huge risk, but Matthew is determined to get Shannon out of the desert and home safely.
I put 10 litres of water in the radiator, and I kept 10 litres for Shannon and myself.
But the strain on the engine is massive, and it soon needs even more of his dwindling water supply.
The car just seemed to be overheating all the time, and my dad really didn't make out that it was a big deal. I'm sure inside he was probably really scared himself, but he didn't let it show.
Even I noticed smoke coming out from underneath the bonnet.
Shannon! Shannon, get out! Run now! Keep running back!
He has just seconds to grab whatever possessions he can
Stay back, baby!
before the car explodes into flames.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
It's now been 12 hours since their water ran out. A lack of water will kill an adult within days. But Shannon is just a small child.
It just seemed like we weren't going to make it. Not one thing that I was trying to do to save us or to get us rescued or to attract attention was working.
Careful, Daddy.
Over here!
I told Shannon that if we don't get found today, I doubt very much whether we'll get through tomorrow. I doubt very much at all.
All I wanted was just to go home, and having my dad tell me that that might not happen, that I might not be able to do that, it was quite upsetting for me.
From out of nowhere, this bloody set of headlights are heading straight towards us.
Help us! Help!
The car was coming towards us and then it just veered off.
Over here! Help!
The driver of the vehicle doesn't see him, and their chance of rescue disappears into the night.
That feeling of elation just got shot down in flames.
But Shannon can go no further.
Shannon wasn't saying much at all. Yeah, very, very quiet. I'd speak to her and she'd just shake her head or nod her head up and down, but she wouldn't speak, so disheartening. I knew that I needed to get Shannon into the shade, so I dug a hole in the ground so that I could put Shannon in it and then cover her back over, and that would keep her a bit cooler than sitting out in the open.
After 8 days, battling to keep himself and his daughter alive, Matthew finally gives up.
Dad rushing back over and waking me up and saying that he'd been found.
After 8 days in the Outback, their ordeal is finally over.
I felt fantastic.
I still remember the car pulling up and this little girl coming out and me just crying and crying and putting her in my arms. And she said, I know why you're crying, Mum, because you're happy to see me. And I was, yeah.
Doctors estimate that when Shannon was found, she had just a few hours to live.